You can have this.
So now we're going to work with a pose called Supta Baddha Konasana. We affectionately refer to it as Queen for a Day. And it's a great pose for if you're dealing with menstrual cramps, really any menstrual or menopausal difficulties. Now we have what's called a bolster for the practice. You can take a big cushion off your couch too, that would work. And especially if you have tenderness or any low back issues, you may want to use a lower height, so you can use a blanket. So one option is to have a folded blanket behind you for, again, that's for lower height if you have any low back issues. So Lisa's going to work with this bolster, and you want to set up with the bolster about 2 fist distance between your tailbone and the front edge of the bolster. So we'll start with the bolster, and then fold a blanket or again a small pillow you can put at the end of the bolster. And then she's going to put the soles of her feet against each other, so her knees spread wide, and then we have these yoga blocks. Again, you could use a pillow or a blanket. And then it can be nice to have some weight on top of your feet. This is a 10-pound sandbag, but it's fine to do it without the sandbag as well. And then she's going to use her arms to support her, lowering slowly down onto that bolster. Does that feel like it's in the right spot? Yep. Okay. So this square folded blanket or pillow is going to go just right against the, graze the tops of her shoulders. And I'm going to give her an eye bag to help her eyes relax. And then if you want to go for total pampering comfort, you can cover up with a blanket as well. In this pose, you can stay in this pose for 15 minutes, 20 minutes if it feels really good, until you feel relief. If you have a heating pad or a hot water bottle, if you're having menstrual cramps, that can be really nice. And then to come out of the pose, you want to be careful how you come out of the pose after you've relaxed deeply. So to come out of the pose, you'll start by, if you have the sandbag, kind of kicking the sandbag out from under your feet, lift your knees, and then you want to walk your knees wide apart, or walk your feet wide apart, and let your knees fall against each other. So what that does is gives a counter stretch. When the knees are wide, it closes a joint in the back called the sacroiliac joint. And this opens up that joint in the low back. So you can take a couple breaths there. And then bring that joint to a neutral position by walking your feet and your knees to hips distance apart. And then to take care of your back and your neck, to come out of the pose completely, what you'll do is roll to your side. And you can rest on your side for a moment, and then to come all the way up, press into your hands and lift yourself up. Beautiful.